A few years ago, I was first in line at a free buffet. I filled my plate to overflowing. A minute later, the guy in charge made an announcement. As you go through the line, please be considerate of those behind you. They will refill the buffet later, but for now, let's make sure everyone gets some. I knew that announcement was directed at me. I had been greedy, and I didn't even finish all the food on my plate. In Luke 12, Jesus tells the story of a rich man with really big barns. The barns were completely full, but then harvest time came and his fields produced abundantly. So he thought to himself, "Self, what am I going to do with all this food? I have no more space in my barns." Now the Bible's full of ideas of what he should do with his excess. In Leviticus, for example, God tells the Israelites to leave the edges of their fields untouched so the poor have food to eat. But what does this guy do? He builds bigger barns to hold his crops. But then the story ends tragically. The man dies and his wealth is left behind. He couldn't take any of it with him. And Jesus ends the story by saying, "So it is with those who store up for themselves treasures, but are not rich toward God." St. Augustine summarized the parable this way: the man did not realize that the bellies of the poor were much safer storerooms than his barns. Greed is wanting more and more of what we have enough of already. But Jesus wants us to be free from greed and the worry that comes with it. So instead of pursuing more stuff or building bigger barns, ask God to give you a spirit of contentment and eyes to see those in need, because the bellies of the poor are much safer storerooms than barns.